students. Today I will continue with the same chapter, Mineral Nutrition, and that is part 2. And today I am going to explain essential mineral elements in plants, their roles and the deficiency symptoms. Let's begin. Now children, in the previous video, I have explained you about the macronutrients and the micronutrients. Macronutrients were the nutrients which are required in a heavy amount, and the micronutrients were needed in a small amount. So let's discuss. Macronutrients. Nitrogen. Now nitrogen is taken up by the plants as nitrates or nitrites. Now general role in the plants. Now the general role is that they are the integral part of amino acids, proteins, vitamins, coenzymes, nucleotides and chlorophyll. Now children, nitrogen obviously is a very important macronutrient and is a very important element which helps in the formation of amino acids in the plants, and it also helps in the formation of chlorophyll. Now the absence of nitrogen or the decreased amount of nitrogen can cause the stunted growth in plants. Now what is stunted growth? Stunted growth is the smaller growth, the hedge-like growth of a plant. And chlorosis. Chlorosis is the yellowing of the leaves. So the deficiency of nitrogen can cause chlorosis as well as stunted growth of the plant. Next is phosphorus. Now it can be taken as phosphate ions. It is a constituent of cell membrane. Now children, I have already explained you in the cell membrane part in the previous videos in the first chapters that cell membrane has phosphorus in it. Now phosphorus is present in the nucleic acid and the nucleotides. You studied in class 10th that DNA and RNA, they are the nucleotides and they are the basic biomolecules of the life. Every organism have the DNA and RNAs. So phosphorus is the basic moiety present in the RNA as well as in the DNA. So therefore phosphorus again is a very important element. Now it also helps in the nitrogen metabolism and it helps in the phosphorylation of sugars in the respiration. Now phosphorylation of sugar in the respiration, children, you are going to study in the chapter photosynthesis. But here I am just going to give an intro of that how phosphorylation occurs. Now, like for an example, ADP, adenosine diphosphate. If inorganic phosphate is added, it converts into ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now this particular process of adding inorganic phosphorus is known as phosphorylation. So again, phosphorus is a important element. Now the deficiency of phosphorus can cause stunted growth, particularly of roots, and the dullness of dark green leaves. Potassium. Again, potassium is a very important element and it can be taken up as potassium ions. Now children, it helps the electrical and osmotic and anion cationic balances across the cell membrane. So this is very, very important and you have studied in class 10th also that potassium ion concentration theory for the opening and closing of stomata. So children, when stomata opens and closes, this is done by the potassium gradient. Okay, the inflow and outflow of potassium helps to do this. Now with the help of this regulation, the potassium helps to maintain the osmolarity of the cell. The salt and the water percentage is maintained by the potassium. Now when the potassium deficiency is there, the leaves become scorched. Now what is scorched? Scorched is that the margins of the leaf will be not turgid, they'll be droopy or they'll be cut from the side, and the premature death can also occur of the leaf. Potassium also maintains the turgidity by providing the salt and the water in the vacuoles of the plant. Sulfur. They can be taken as sulfate ions. Now it is a constituent of coenzyme A such as ferredoxin and various other amino acids. Now this you are going to study in the chapter photosynthesis, that certain coenzymes. Now coenzymes I have already explained you in the enzyme chapter that coenzymes are the enzymes which function as the enzyme. They assist the enzyme. So there are certain coenzymes which is needed to be built up. Why? Because it is going to help in the various physiological cycles of the plant. Now if sulfur deficiency occurs, now what symptoms will plant show? Plant will show chlorosis of the leaves and a disease which is known as tea yellow of tea. Now tea yellow of tea, children, is that tea leaves turn yellow. And when tea leaves turn yellow, those tea leaves are not used for processing and making tea. Magnesium. Magnesium can be taken as magnesium ions, and it is a constituent of chlorophyll molecule. It is activator for many enzymes like ATPase. Now, what is activator for many enzymes? Now, children, enzymes need certain medium to get activated. Okay, whether it is mild acidic, whether it is basic. So, magnesium provides that particular medium so that the enzymes gets activated like ATPase. Again, magnesium is a constituent of chlorophyll. So, if magnesium is not there, chlorophyll molecule will not be formed, and when chlorophyll molecule is not formed, then photosynthesis won't take place, then chlorosis of the leaves occur. Now, there's another deficiency symptoms which is seen in the plants, necrosis. Necrosis is that the death of the tissues takes place. Now, next children. Next is calcium. Calcium is taken in the form of calcium ion, which is a major component of the middle lamella of the cell wall. I have already explained you in the previous chapters the structure of cell wall. The cell wall has 3 layers, the outer, the inner and the middle. So, calcium helps in the formation of the middle layer or the middle lamella. And it is very, very important for the translocation of carbohydrates, because children, calcium provides permeability for the cell membrane. This is a very important characteristic, or I should say important role or function of calcium, that it creates a permeability. If calcium is not present there, the cell membrane will never be permeable. Okay, so calcium provides the permeability which helps to communicate the things from out and inside the or across the cell membrane. Now, it also influences nitrogen metabolism. It also helps in the activating the enzyme. Many enzyme, it acts as a medium. Now, the deficiency of calcium will cause stunted growth, hooking of the leaf tips. Hooking of the leaf tips means they'll form like a hook-like structure. Yellowing of the leaf margin, that is chlorosis, will occur, but only the margins of the leaf. And sometimes the death of the younger leaves can also occur. Iron. Iron can be taken in the form of ferric ions or ferrous ions. It is a constituent of electron carriers such as cytochromes. It is needed in the respiration as well as in photosynthesis, and it helps in the synthesis of chlorophyll also. Now, the deficiency of iron can cause chlorosis in the leaves. Intervenal chlorosis. Intervenal chlorosis means the veins will not be in the green color. Soon they'll become yellow, and when they'll become yellow, the whole lamina of the leaf definitely will turn into a yellow color. So now, children, these mineral elements are important. You have to study it carefully. Now, let's begin micronutrients. Till iron, I have explained you about the macronutrients. Now, I'm going to start with the micronutrients. Chlorine. Now, chlorine can be taken into the form of chloride ions. They help to maintain the electrical, osmotic and ionic and cationic balance across the cell membrane as potassium do. Now, it helps in the evolution of oxygen in photosynthesis, which you are going to study in the photosynthesis chapter. Now, if the deficiency of chlorine occurs, the leaves will wilt and the bronze color appearance will be seen in the roots and the leaves as well. Manganese is taken in the form of manganese ions. They activate enzymes. Again, they give a medium for the enzymes to get activated, and they help in the formation of fatty acids. They help in the formation of nucleic acid, as well as it plays an important role in a physiological cycle in plants, which is known as Krebs cycle. You are going to study in the next to next chapter, that is respiration in plants. Now, deficiency of manganese will cause leaf flecking. Example, gray specks in oats. Oats, children. Now, what is oats basically? Oats in different countries are known as wheats. In some countries, they are known as maize. So, oats are basically wheat, and in some country, they are known as corns. Maize, okay? So, gray specks means the leaves of the oats or the fruit of the oats will become gray in color. Next is boron. Boron can be taken up as borate and boric ions. They help in the mobilization of nutrients, because again they will also help in increasing the permeability of the cell membrane. They help in the cellular differentiation and development, means that after cell division, the development of cell will take place with the help of boron. and if the cell differentiate into various functions, it will help with the boron, and the deficiency of boron can lead to the abnormal growth and death of the shoot tips. Again, a disease known as heart rot, which occurs in the sugar beet, stem crack, which occurs in the celery. These are the certain diseases or the symptoms which you can find in the plants. So children, in this video, I have just taken the 10 elements, 7 macronutrients and 3 micronutrients. In the next part of the chapter, I'm going to proceed further with the 3 more micronutrients, and I'll proceed with the other topics of the chapter. So I hope the elements and their general role in the plants and their deficiency symptoms is clear to you. Hope you've understood, and if you have doubts, definitely I'm going to take it in the live class. Thank you, children.